Maitland Jail in central New South Wales was a place of punishment, violence, desperation and brutality.
The worst thing was watching mates taken out in body bags. People who fought the system died in here.
During the 1970s, it had a reputation as the toughest prison in Australia.
They did inflict floggings and brutality here.
In its 150-year history, some of the hardest men in the New South Wales criminal underbelly did time in Maitland. Some got respect, some didn't. All were violent. Maitland's forbidding sandstone walls and steel bars, its razor wire and observation towers, were constant reminders to inmates that they'd reached the end of the line.
It was like living in a coffin, a concrete coffin.
And this former inmate should know. He spent 18 years in jail as a bank-robbing career criminal.
I was classified as intractable, so I was segregated for 8 years.
In Maitland, being segregated meant being put in the intractable cells.
This is an intractable cell. It didn't matter whether you were in prison for murder, armed robbery, whatever. That was irrelevant. The reason that you're placed in situations like this was because of you'd breached prison discipline.
This prisoner consistently breached the rules. He attacked prison guards, was a two-time escapee, and was involved in a further 15 escape attempts. This inmate was considered a violent offender with little to lose. He wasn't alone.
Milat, Dugan, Domican.
The roll call at Maitland Jail is a who's who of some of the hardest prisoners ever to do time. The list goes on. And living alongside them, first-time offenders.
Coming into this jail here was just like walking into a nightmare.
Dave McGarry was just 19 when he came here.
Yeah, I was in here for break, enter and steal. And if you look at the history of break, enter and steal on the outside now, you're lucky to get weekend detention.
As a teenager, Dave McGarry was streetwise, but nothing could prepare him for Maitland.
In here you had blokes that would sexually assault children, have guys in here that chops their wives up with tomahawks or machetes. Everyone in here is someone to be scared of. At least 50%, 60% of the guys in here all carried weapons. They heated up razor blades and they slid it down the toothbrush so the razor blade, the plastic would seal on the toothbrush, and a hot day they wipe it around their smelly bottom, and from there they walk up and stab you and break it off in your body. They can get the toothbrush out, but if they can't get the bacteria, you end up with blood poisoning.
Life on the inside was lived in a culture of fear. But for some inmates, like Dave McGarry, it's what kept them from coming back.
It kept me on the straight and narrow. When I walked out of this jail here, the guard that was with me, I won't mention his name, he said to me, "Dave, if you look back, you'll come back." He never seen me look back.
For others, though, it's a different story.
They say you can take the man out of the jail, but you can't take the jail out of the man.
Since filming this interview, this man is back in jail, charged with drugs and firearms offences. Maitland Jail closed in 1998.